Okay, so let's try to fix this problem. So clicking on run should restart at coding, right? And execute, and then finally set the state to finish. Okay, so we have to modify this code somehow in order to implement that functionality here. Okay, somehow we need to debug this. Now we will ask also our AI assistant and see how he would perform on that. Okay, so I'm just going to tell it that executing the run command or the run button should set the state, okay, of this record to coding, okay, before executing the command. Okay, then set it to finished. I'm gonna call it like this. After executing the command. Executing. Okay, so let's try this and see what it's going to do. Okay, I'm going to click on run. Okay, it is starting the AI assistant generating code. Okay, so keep an eye into this code because this is where it should make the necessary modifications. Okay, let's wait and see. Okay, generating code and coming back and applying that code. Okay, so it is executed. Yeah, nothing has changed. And why? And why and why not? Okay, let's try again. Maybe with a different. Maybe we should give it a hint. We should give it a hint. Okay, let me ask it to use the right method to implement that feature. Okay, something like that. Execute and starting the assistant generating code. Keep an eye here and see. Okay, let's see. Okay, it has used the right command, right? The right method. Now we can restart and see. Okay, maybe this is not the right thing to do or the right way to implement it. Maybe we can also still add some more specifications. Don't forget to loop through the record, go through the records of the current model and run. Problem, run. Syntax error. Okay, please don't use the single quotes. Run. Okay, now it is starting the assistant generating code and see what is going to happen here. So basically what I'm hinting it to do is to use a for loop, okay, for record itself exactly. This is what I wanted to hint it to do. Okay, nice. Restart and see what will happen. Huh? Well, okay, you know what? I'm going to add a new feature here, a much more exciting feature, which would be like add a page, okay, down here that contains field named history, right? So that okay, for recording the history of prompts. Okay, then the run button should save this prompt to that field. Okay, so the field is field history is, for example, is of type markdown. Okay, something like that. So you get the idea. It is going to add here a page containing a field of type markdown and saving into that field all the prompts that we will be adding here. That is the idea, right? And let's execute this and see what you're going to get. Before that, let me commit this. Okay, OdooxIA. You commit add code button and states, something like that. Okay, great. Log, wonderful. Okay, so okay. Now let's execute this prompt and see what you're going to get. Okay, run and generating code. Okay, keep an eye here. Maybe it would add some code here. Let's see. Okay, you see It has added this field history of type text, string history, help record, and so on, of executed prompts in markdown format. Okay, so here we still have text. Okay, anyways, and it has added this update history field. If record.prompt history entry equal to this prompt record prompt. Okay, this is wonderful, huh? Record write history. It has coded everything. Yeah, let's see what this is going to be. Let's see what it has modified in the views. Okay, it has added, you see, a notebook, page, and the story field here. And yeah, it's wonderful. Okay, let me restart and see the result in the interface. Okay, update our module. Cool, everything is going on fine. Refresh, and there we have it. You see, we have now our page here, history, and it probably contains a text field. We would have to test that. Okay, to test that, we have to execute this button again by adding probably a new feature. So before, this is what we were doing. We were adding everything here. Okay, we were saving everything here. Now we want to save the history of our prompts into this field. That is the idea. Okay, so what feature are we going to add here? Okay, maybe add a draft state. Okay, this is a pattern we usually see in Odoo view forms. A draft here, a draft, meaning that you are just started creating this object, or even add maybe a new page. Okay, a new page. That page, for example, the purpose of that page would be to capture the errors of our command, of our executing commands. Right? We can add a feature like that. Okay, add page named errors. Okay, which captures the errors of our command executions. Okay, add a dedicated field for that. You see, here I'm not even hinting it or giving it the name of the field that we would want to add. Let's see what it is going to make out of this prompt. Execute, run, generating code. Okay, you should add the page somewhere here. Let's see. Okay, wonderful. It has added the page error with the field with name error. Okay, widget text markdown. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, so there is a widget named text markdown for presenting the text in that format. I didn't know that. I didn't really know that. Really, it is only read only. It is in read only mode, and as you can see here, it has updated the field history for adding that prompt add page named error that which captures the errors of our command executions. Add a dedicated field for that. You see. Okay, this is working fine. Huh? So now all you have to do is restart. Maybe we did not need to restart now. It has added the field error in here. Right, we have it here. Field error. Right, and it has modified the execute code to write the error message into that. You see, and it has even what the hell? What is that? Okay, so it has even modified. This is crazy. Okay, so remember we had us system and then a command into it. But since we asked it to capture the error of our command, okay, it just modified the code to use actually subprocess to run that command and then capture the message error if there is anyone. Okay, and save it into the errors. Okay, so let's see that. Let's see that. Let's see what is going to happen now. I've restarted here. Let me update. Okay, refresh. This is exciting. Okay, now we have our page here error. It should contain the errors. Okay, so let's make an error here on purpose, right? So this is for testing the errors. Well, we need to introduce here an error. You remember we had an error about single quotes. Let me check that. Let me add here for testing the errors, something like that. I have here a single quote. It should throw an error, right, as we saw previously. Okay, now let's execute this. Okay, and has this is the error. It has added the error here. Okay, so now we no longer need to look into the console here in order to see what is the error. Right? You just can look look here directly. So basically here, what we are trying to create here is something like an integrated development environment for prompt engineering, basically. Okay, so now instead of looking into a console, all we have to look into is here. Okay, we write code here and we look at the result on here. Okay, okay, okay. Next, we would even want to add a new page for capturing the code that has been generated by the model and so on if you need to. But hey, this is enough for demonstration. So this is crazy. This is wonderful. This is what you need in your um, in your workflows these days, huh? AI.